This is the neighborliness Russia wants. Belarus, welcoming Russian troops, weapons, and the Russian defense minister. In Ukraine, troops prepare for the opposite purpose: to repel the Russian military. Just 40 kilometers from the Russian border in Kharkiv, Ukrainians are remarkably calm but defiant. No way he'll leave, says this man. If he must, he will defend his city. Ukrainians view their history through the lens of Russian oppression under Stalin and others. For many Russians, the two countries are bound by culture, language, and geography. Vladimir Putin has called Russians and Ukrainians one people.
This is a myth that was created to support Russian imperial ambitions. They had to justify their claims to Ukrainian territory.
For most of the 20th century, Ukraine was the western bulwark of the Soviet Union. 15 republics led by Russia that made up the largest country in modern history. 7 Warsaw Pact nations in Eastern Europe provided a further buffer to the NATO countries in the West. But after the Soviet Union dissolved in 1991, the Soviet republics became independent. The former Warsaw Pact broke apart. Those countries and 3 Soviet states in the Baltics have since joined NATO. Russia is determined not to let Ukraine be next.
The build-up of the United States and NATO's forces next to the Russian borders is of great concern.
Russia has always seen NATO as an organization that was formed with one purpose, which was to contain Russia.
In many ways, this is President Putin going back to address the outcome of the Cold War, to rewrite the rules of the European Security Order.
Returning Russia to its glory days depends on Ukraine and its strategic access to the Black Sea and to Europe. The takeover of Crimea and the incursion into eastern Ukraine in 2014 may have been a prelude to what's happening now, staging the Russian military in Belarus and along Ukraine's eastern border, prior to a possible invasion that could even encircle the capital Kyiv.
I believe Putin sees himself in the history books. Look at what happened with Belarus, with Kazakhstan. Now Ukraine is the biggest chunk and the most important part in this puzzle.
If Ukraine is the crucial piece of the puzzle, it's not the only piece. Other former Soviet states are watching and worrying, like Georgia.
The fate of Ukraine has a lot to actually say about the fate of other small nations in Eastern Europe, and particularly in the vicinity of Russia.
If Putin's aim is to ensure Russian security, its neighbors believe they will pay the price to achieve it. Eric Sorensen, Global News.